Is there anybody doing it better than him at the moment in the world?
No, it's, Ethan is example number one, as far as like kind of being a surf coach and always analyzing the way people surf. Ethan is insane. Really strong legs. He's got loose knees. His technique is impeccable. But I really am excited to see Ramzi as well.
He'll be in Tahiti for the Paris 2024 games. Here he is. Van Zever left it. And that compressed big body with the whip in turn. Spins it around out the lip. And a quick flick. And another one from him. None of those are massive point scoring maneuvers.
Yeah, Ramzi, I feel like, without a coach, but he's got so much support here. His family's here, his brothers here, I saw his mom. He's got a whole crew hanging out with him. Otman's here. That feeling of, support is definitely in it. And it would gives him the confidence, I feel like, that he's got. He's really pushing hard out there. He's gonna want to bring any point of difference that he can. And he's got pretty much every trick in the book I've seen out of him. Obviously, his biggest weapons are his power surfing on the backhand. But, he's a crowd favorite, I'd say.
It's interesting. You don't see that many reverses these days. That was pretty cool. Old school maneuver from Ramzi. And then Ethan trying to find that little right. I think at the beginning of the heat, you just want to get some scores. You want to get the cliche backup scores going.
Live action here on a running right-hander, Boukhiam. And he is deadly on the backhand coming from Morocco, of course. Not like that, though. All right, here goes E.Ewing. So let's see if his positioning will pay off here. And he's carving one into a rip bowl right here. And if it steepens up, he will give it the treatment. There's that trademark technique from him. And a wrapping, searing turn. The spring off the bottom. And everything loaded up, that board alive and electric throughout his maneuvers. And a little finish, he liberates the bottom of the board and fins two for a finish. So a decent running wave for him. And
absolutely. That is 100% a rip bowl down there. I surfed this little wave a couple days ago. It's super fun. But it does have some chatter. I don't know that Ethan has ever been worried about chops. He's just so smooth. He's so functional with his arms and his legs. He has a lot of swinging in his arms, and that really helps with the momentum and keeping those rails clean. I don't know that I've ever seen him dig a rail strider.
But a number in for him, it's decent.
6, wow.
Yeah, 617 for Ethan Ewing. Ramzi, here comes the reply from down the beach on a left off the bottom. Nice crack off the top. And a second one with speed and another mistake from Ramzi Boukhiam.
It's little cutbacks and carves and snaps, but nothing really critical. And that's what the judges love to sort of throw big numbers at, is critical sections and critical surfing. And that's more what Ramzi's trying to provide down here. It's a little smoother. It's a little shallower. So that's sort of those buzzwords that...
into getting his spot on the CT. And he would love to go deep into final state. Meanwhile, here goes Ethan Ewing up the beach. And opening up on that rail. And never really particularly committing or buying in to that final maneuver. So just a touch sluggish. Ross, you mentioned there are a few bumps in that wave. Just seemed to slow him down a bit there.
Replying with the rails.
He's really active with his arms. And, Ethan is the fastest surfer on tour for a reason. And it's his technique. As we see, a little backup score from Ramzi. But, it's dangerous leaving Ramzi alone down there south.
Trying to build up something of a head of steam and get himself in this encounter. He's not a long way back at the moment, and he's in live action right now. Here he goes on the backhand and stabbing one up, and would have loved a second maneuver there. Just didn't happen for him.
He was just a little bit behind it here and tried to fit in, two maneuvers. It just didn't happen for him.
Ethan Ewing will paddle back towards the peak and will try and get himself on a slopey shoulder. Ewing up and swinging here. First little opening, set up speed turn for him, and then off the bottom and gives it a little bit more full-blooded treatment into the lip. Doesn't need to overdo it.
And keep an eye on him, and this is where I'm assuming he's going to jet down south and sit next to Ramzi. Really fluid little snap there, a lot of release. Darren Hanley shaped some really fast surfboards, and this board's looking really quick. Little pizza toss there, quick snap. Just the one major maneuver on this wave, but it's a nice one. Gets the fins to hack out the back. He's so fast.
offering up, everything you want to see out of him, but he's so good at making everything look really good. He's just so amazing at throwing up turns and sections and making them look really, really fluid and strong.
It's almost like he keeps seeing waves coming through and heading back to the peak. Here he goes, squares off the bottom and snaps one off the top. And again, it's so controlled as he releases the tail. Puts extra variety as he gets that tail all the way backwards and just finesses a section, just kind of sashaying through the inside. A little shampoo to finish as well. And seamless, smooth, fast, polished surfing from Ewing.
Fun. I mean, look at how clean he is. That wave really beautifully, set up for him to give him the opportunity. This whip right here into the corner, just freedom in that surfing is really fun to watch with the power connected to it.
Yeah, and it's 6 minutes to go. Now he's going to go down and apply some strategy. In my book, that's at least a couple points better than the 6.17, so it's likely this will go into excellent range. 2 major maneuvers on the outside. And it did just drop. It's an 8-point ride. So, yeah, Ethan's on a major roll right here. And well done. They identified that peak down there, found a couple scores, and life is peachy when your strategy works.
Most definitely.
Ewing loves it when a plan comes together. This deemed excellent by our panel. You have to really agree as well, watching this and admiring it from all angles. 8 points for Ewing.
It'd be really hard to come up with a number like that in these conditions.
Here's Ewing. A little pump on the backhand as he looks down the line and just drifts that tail, collects the maneuver. No second turn available for him. The low score from him, 6.17.
Typically, once the tide peaks and starts dropping, it's like a vacuum. It just really negatively affects the lineup. It gets too shallow and too dumpy. But you can see it's very surfable still. So with this mellow sort of tides.
To debrief on conditions and focus in about a tough clutch against a rookie, Crosby Colapinto. Ross, it's been great having you back in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Have you missed being in the booth? A lot of people have been wanting you to come back in.
Hey, I really, really love it. So thanks for letting me do 35 minutes with you guys.